Kiran, please start.
As Gandhiji rightly said, a man is but a product of his thoughts. What he thinks, he becomes. Good morning to one and all gathered here. Happy felicitations on Gandhi Jayanti. As India is celebrating 75th year of independence under the theme Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, we commemorate the glorious history of its people, culture, and achievements. I, Shivani of Class 7, take this opportunity to welcome the guest speaker for the day, Padma Shri Dr. Ravindra Kumar, Mr. Muhammad Amin, President, School Management Committee, other esteemed members of the School Management Committee, our beloved Principal, Dr. S. Srinivasan, teachers, parents, and my dear friends. On this auspicious occasion, we have all gathered here to celebrate the 152nd birth anniversary of the father of our nation, Mahatma Gandhi. He is the icon of virtues that helped the people across the world live in harmony with universal brotherhood.
Is the tea of the morning and the balls of the evening. Fill your morning with thankfulness over all the blessings in your life. Let us all join our hands and pray to the Almighty. I invite the choir for the prayer song.
Choir that will indeed fill our day with God's choicest blessings. Now, I invite Master Sean to deliver the welcome speech.
Greetings to all. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome the August gathering to witness the celebration. I am highly honored to welcome our guest speaker for the day, Padma Shri Dr. Ravindra Kumar, former Vice Chancellor, CCS University, Meerut. Welcome, sir. I take immense pleasure in welcoming Mr. Mohammed Amin, President of the School Management Committee, and other esteemed members of the School Management Committee, Indian School Sur, for their valuable presence. I would like to extend my hearty welcome to our beloved principal, Dr. S. Srinivasan, dear teachers, parents, and my dear friends for having gathered here to celebrate the joyous occasion. Please be with us as we move ahead with the virtual Gandhi Jayanti celebration. Thank you.
Thank you, Shan. The law of love could be best understood and learned through little children. As we begin our celebration, we would like to present a video on the activities done by the tiny tots of the kindergarten.
Video. म्यूट नहीं हो रहा, कैसे करूँ उसको वीडियो को? सॉरी, स्टार्ट वीडियो नहीं हो रहा। हाँ वही तो कह रहा हूँ। वो तो हो गया।
It was a joy to watch the creation of the talented little ones. One of Gandhiji's most famous
म्यूट तो हो
lessons,
गया, म्यूट तो हो गया।
see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, was made popular by the proverbial three monkeys. Let's watch these values depicted by our little friends.
It is said that
स्टार्ट वीडियो
Mahatma
के ऊपर
Gandhi
क्रॉस आ रहा है
had
बना हुआ
a
लाल
few
सा।
possessions: spectacles, sandals, a pocket watch, a small ball and plate, and interestingly, the fifth possession was a statue of the three wise monkeys. The sculpture was a replica of the statue that was gifted to Gandhiji by a Japanese monk way back in 1933. The three monkeys have their origin in the writings in Japanese Shintoism. The three monkeys are Mizaru, who sees no evil; Kikazaru, who hears no evil; Iwazaru, who speaks no evil. Let us remember, follow, and preach our beloved Bapu's principles and make this world a better place.
See no evil. This means that
लेकिन जो स्टार्ट वीडियो वो नहीं होता।
manners always look for the good in people. Don't hear evil. Don't listen to everything you are told. Not everything is truth. Don't speak evil. Don't speak this. Not kind. Only speak words of
Now, let's see the creative ideas depicted by our school students on the fourth value to be inculcated among the young minds.
Only if we truly adopt it, we begin to understand its value. The bottom line is, to live in peace, we must cleanse our souls. Now, we have an action song by the students of grade 1.
Hello everyone, my name is Swarasudarshan Vanje and I am in First A. Today I am going to recite गाना चाहती हूँ। गांधी जी हमारा गांधी जी, बापू जी हमारा बापू जी, राष्ट्रपिता है गांधी जी, महात्मा है गांधी जी, साबरमती के संग भी कहलाती है गांधी जी, बिना शस्त्र उठाए देश को आजादी दी, अहिंसा की राह पर चले सदा गांधी जी, गांधी जी हमारा गांधी जी, बापू जी हमारा बापू जी। धन्यवाद। गांधी जी के तीन बंधन नक्कड़ प्यारे और सुंदर, करते हैं बातें बुद्धिमान, देते हैं सबको ज्ञान, करते हैं बातें बुद्धिमान, देते हैं सबको ज्ञान। मेरा कहता है कभी पूरा ना देखना, मेरा कहता है कभी पूरा ना देखना, बुराई करने वालों को हमेशा रोकना, बुराई करने वालों को हमेशा रोकना। दूसरा कहता है कभी बुरा ना कहना, दूसरा कहता है कभी बुरा ना कहना, सच्ची बातों से सबका दिल जीतना, सच्ची बातों से सबका दिल जीतना। तीसरा कहता है कभी बुरा ना सुनना, तीसरा कहता है कभी बुरा ना सुनना, झूठ का साथ कभी ना देना, झूठ का साथ कभी ना देना, अच्छे काम हमेशा करना, दुनिया को बहुत बनाना, अच्छे काम हमेशा करना, दुनिया को बहुत बनाना। जय, थैंक यू, जय।
That was indeed a good performance. My life is my message. That is really true when we remember our Bapuji. Here we have our beloved Bapuji himself to address the virtual gathering.
My dear children, a very pleasant morning to all. I'm so happy to see your innocent faces. All of you are good by nature. You're growing up. As you grow, you learn. Learn to become good human beings. Hold on to the values of truth and non-violence. Always speak the truth. Dear all, ahimsa is the virtue of the strong. It is not a garment to put it on and off at will. Its seat is in our heart, and it must be an inseparable part of our being. My dear children, always remember that a good man is the friend of all living beings. Not only humans, but all living beings. All of you must know that where there is love, there is life. All of you must understand the importance of prayer in our life. Prayer fills our life. It is the key of morning and bolt of evening. God has no religion. Worship Him. Young minds, the future depends on what you do today. Relationships are based on 4 principles: respect, understanding, acceptance, and appreciation. Always remember to be the change that you wish to see in the world. Wishing you a very all the best. Grow as responsible citizens. Jai Hind.
Wish we could have met and learned all this from Gandhiji. Real education consists in drawing the best out of yourself. Simplicity is the essence of universality. Gandhiji has always led a simple life and has inspired others to do the same.
Here are few inspiring quotes from the leader who is revered not only by the Indians but by the world at large. Presented by the students of classes 4 and 5.
Gandhi ji played a pivotal role in securing freedom for India. A strong advocate of Satya, truth, and Ahimsa, non-violence. Gandhi showed the power of love and non-violence in combating injustice and oppression. Mahatma is the title given to this inspiring personality who led the masses with his optimism, courage, his principles, and practice. As the nation remembers Gandhi ji on his birth anniversary, take a look at some of his teachings.
You are right, Niranjana. There are so many teachings of Bapuji that we can imbibe in our lives. Here we have Abhinav of grade 6 to deliver a speech on the father of our nation.
And I, friend, I will only make the whole world blind. This is a famous quote by Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. A very good morning to our respected principal, teachers, and my dear friends. On 2nd October, every year India celebrates and honors the birth of Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi as Gandhi Jayanti. This day is also celebrated as the International Day of Non-Violence. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, who is famously referred to as Mahatma Gandhi, was given the title of Father of the Nation by Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose for his relentless struggle for our independence. The most notable contribution was of the father of our nation, who is called Bapu, especially by the children. He fought for our independence following the principles of peace and non-violence. He led many successful campaigns like removing the tax imposed on salt, also calling the British to quit India. Gandhi Jayanti is celebrated by each and everyone regardless of their religion or caste. He was the cheerleader for reforming rights and questioning norms, especially for the underprivileged and for that section of society that was paid the least attention to. Gandhiji breathed his last breath on 30th January 1948. He rests today at Rajghat in New Delhi, and thousands pay respect in the form of garland and singing his favorite song, Raghupati Raga Raja Ram. On this day, let us pledge to ourselves to follow the path of legacy he left behind and lead our lives in peace and harmony.
It was a beautifully prepared speech. Next, we would like to present a few more inspiring thoughts of Gandhiji prepared by the students of grade 9 and 10.
आप मुझे तनकीनों में झकड़ सकते हो, मुझे यातना दे सकते हो, मेरे शरीर को नष्ट कर सकते हो, लेकिन मेरे विचारों को कैद नहीं कर सकते।
भारतीय स्वतंत्रता संग्राम के सबसे प्रमुख नेताओं में से एक है महात्मा गांधी, जिन्होंने सत्य और अहिंसा के मार्ग पर चलते हुए देश को आजादी दिलाई। वे एक नेता ही नहीं बल्कि युग पुरुष थे। यहाँ हम आपके लिए खास तौर पर प्रस्तुत करते हैं महात्मा गांधी के कुछ अनमोल विचार जो आपकी जिंदगी बदल देंगे।
मेरा धर्म सत्य और अहिंसा पर आधारित है। सत्य मेरा भगवान है, अहिंसा उसे पाने का साधन।
चलिए सुबह का पहला काम ये करिए कि आज के लिए संकल्प करिए कि मैं दुनिया में किसी से नहीं डरूंगा। नहीं, मैं केवल भगवान से डरूंगा। मैं किसी के प्रति बुरा भाव न रखूंगा। मैं किसी के अन्याय के समक्ष नहीं झुकूंगा। मैं असत्य को सत्य से जीतूं और असत्य का विरोध करते हुए मैं सभी कष्टों को सह सकूं।
अपनी गलती को स्वीकारना झाड़ू लगाने के समान है, जो धरातल की सतह को साफ और चमकदार बना देती है।
प्रार्थना मांगना नहीं है, ये आत्मा की लालसा है। यह हर रोज अपने कमजोरियों की स्वीकारोचित है। प्रार्थना में बिना वचनों के मन लगाना वचन होते हुए मन न लगाने से बेहतर है।
भविष्य में क्या हो मैं यह नहीं सोचना चाहता। मुझे वर्तमान की चिंता है। ईश्वर ने मुझे आने वाली समय पर कोई नियंत्रण नहीं दिया।
गुलाब को उपदेश देने की आवश्यकता नहीं होती। वह तो केवल अपनी खुशी बिखेरता है। उसकी खुशबू उसका संदेश है। व्यक्ति अपने सोच से निर्मित एक प्राणी है और जो सोचता है वही बन जाता है। केवल प्रसन्नता ही एकमात्र इत्र है जिसे आप दूसरों पर छेड़ते हैं तो उसकी कुछ बूंदें अवश्य ही आप पर पड़ती है। मैं हिंदी के जरिए प्रांतीय भाषाओं को दबाना नहीं चाहती, किंतु उनके साथ हिंदी को भी मिला देना चाहती।
हमेशा अपने विचारों, शब्दों और कर्म के पूर्ण सामंजस्य का लक्ष्य रखें। हमेशा अपने विचारों को शुद्ध करने का लक्ष्य रखें और सब कुछ ठीक हो जाएगा।
महात्मा गांधी केवल एक देश के ही नहीं बल्कि संपूर्ण मानव जाति के प्रेरणा स्रोत हैं। Dance is the hidden language of the soul. Here are few students conveying the teachings of Gandhi Ji through the medium of a dance.
बापू की बातों का है केवल इतना सार। बापू की बातों का है केवल इतना सार। चलो सच की राह पे तो तुम आप ही लग जाओगे पार। चलो सच की राह पे तो तुम आप ही लग जाओगे पार। हो दुश्मन सामने तो ना करना कोई बार। हर एक बड़ी मुश्किल का भी देखो हल है प्यार। चलो प्यार की राह पे तो तुम आप ही लग जाओ। जाओगे पार। चलो प्यार की राह पे तो तुम आप ही लग जाओगे पार। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। सीताराम सीताराम, भज प्यारे तो सीताराम। हिंसा नहीं अहिंसा है विकास का आधार। बापू के हर सपने को करे आओ हम साकार। चलो अमन की राह पे तो तुम आप ही लग जाओगे पार। चलो अमन की राह पे तो तुम आप ही लग जाओगे पार। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। सीताराम सीताराम, भज प्यारे तो सीताराम। हो सादा जीवन हाजी, ऊंचे हो सदा विचार। कोई गैर नहीं दुश्मन, दुश्मन तो है मन के विकार। चलो सच की राह पे तो तुम आप ही लग जाओगे पार। चलो सच की राह पे तो तुम आप ही लग जाओगे पार। बापू की बातों का है केवल इतना सार। अरे बापू की बातों का है केवल इतना सार। चलो सच की राह पे तो तुम आप ही लग जाओगे पार। चलो सच की राह पे तो तुम आप ही लग जाओगे पार। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। सीताराम सीताराम, भज प्यारे तो सीताराम। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। सीताराम सीताराम, भज प्यारे तो सीताराम।
It was a beautiful dance tribute for our Bapu. May I now request our principal, Dr. S. Srinivasan, to welcome the guest speaker of the day, Padma Shri Dr. Ravindra Kumar. Over to you, sir.
Respected President, Mr. Amin, members of the School Management Committee, teachers, parents, and my dear students, good morning and warm wishes on Gandhi Jayanti to you all. Let us remember and salute the man who led us on the path to get independence and always inspired us as a nation. On this auspicious occasion, we have with us Padma Shri, Professor Dr. Ravindra Kumar, a Gandhian scholar and thinker, a well-known personality nationally and internationally. On behalf of Indian School Sur community, I welcome you, sir. Padma Shri Professor Dr. Ravindra Kumar is from Muzaffarnagar district in Uttar Pradesh. He is a nationally, internationally renowned scholar, immunologist, educationalist, cultural anthropologist, a prolific writer, and a former vice chancellor of CCS University, Meerut. He has rendered a great service to the nation by authoring and editing over 100 books during the last 26 years. Many of these works cover life and works of top-ranking freedom fighters of the last phase of the freedom movement and great nation builders of post-independence India. Many of Dr. Kumar's books have been translated into Thai, Tamil, Spanish, Marathi, Kannada, Indonesian, Gujarati, Burmese, along with Hindi and English. He has, during the last 20 years, contributed more than 500 articles for known journals of the world on topics related to various aspects of Indian culture, civilization, Indology, philosophy, national unity and integrity, way of life, morality, and ethics-based values. He, as a cultural ambassador of India and an international professor, given talks and delivered lectures in more than 100 universities, institutions of higher studies and research, and known forums all over the world in almost all the 6 continents of the globe. Several times, Dr. Ravindra Kumar has represented India. He has been deputed by Indian Council of Cultural Relations, Ministry of External Affairs for deliveries, especially to bring forward Indian view of peace in resolving conflicts. Dr. Kumar has organized and coordinated many seminars at national and international levels in India and abroad on education and development, harmony and peace through education and culture, morality and ethics in public life, national unity and solidarity, and value education. For his unique works for national unity, integrity, propagation of culture through education and literature, Padma Shri Professor Dr. Ravindra Kumar has been especially honored with the Sardar Patel National Award, Samaj Ratna, Shiksha Ratna, Vidya Vasaspati, Hindu Bhasha Bhushan, and Rashtra Gaurava, Gandhi Peace Award, Buddhist Humanitarian Award, Gandhi Nobel Peace Award, and more especially Padma Shri Award. He is with us amidst his busy schedule on this auspicious day. A man is product of his thought, what he thinks he become. These words are perfect for Padma Shri, Dr. Professor Ravindra Kumar. We are fortunate to have you here today, sir. Today is a day to look back and remember Mahatma Gandhi and promise ourselves to always work towards the progress and development of India. With these words, I once again welcome you, sir, and I request you to kindly address the gathering. Over to Padma Shri Professor Dr. Ravindra Kumar.
I am grateful to the Indian School, Sir, Sultanate of Oman, all the patron president of that institution, most particularly or especially my friend Dr. S. Srinivasan for inviting me and giving me an opportunity to address people there today on a very special day.
Sir, sorry to interrupt. Can you please turn on your video, sir? That you have to turn on your video. We cannot do that.
Yes,
from your side, you should turn on the video.
I think it is close from your side, but I am actually. You can see me, no?
No, only photograph I can see, but you can.
No, but I am speaking from my phone or computer board. What happened actually?
Fine, right, sir. Fine. We can hear you, but we are not able to see you. That's the only thing. Only photograph is.
Okay, okay, okay. Fine. So I will express my views.
Sure, thank you.
Quite clearly on Mahatma Gandhi's teachings for a peaceful society. I start my address on a very timely, or you can say ever significant quote of Mahatma Gandhi himself, in which he says, "Non-violence is the greatest force at the disposal of mankind. It is mightier than the mightiest weapon of destruction devised by the ingenuity of man. The whole world cries over the most relevant issue of concern, increasing violence. We are besieged with the stories of brutality, soldier out of control, terrorism, suicide, murder, and endless incidents of violence across the globe. The violence has not only spread at political and social fronts, but also at individual front with psychotic personalities. Now, where is all this violence coming from? It is the time to sit back and analyze the possible cause of this increased violence. To comprehend it, let us understand what violence is. Violence is the use of force to get our way or your way over others. It is to do something by force, resulting in terror, killing, or taking others' life. Corporate hurts, psychological and emotional stress. What we fail to understand is that the roots of violence lies in disintegrated society, meaning a violent society leading to a violent individual. How can we expect a child to grow into a violent being who has been brought up in a society catering to physical, emotional, and intellectual needs with love, care, and respect? In our pursuit of moving from a violent to a non-violent society whose ideas can be better than those of Mahatma Gandhi, with his spiritual and ethical doctrine of ahimsa, non-violence, in the context of current global conflicts. With Gandhiji's, the concept and philosophy of non-violence achieved a special status. He not only patronized its characteristics, but also adopted it as an ideal way of life. He made us understand that the philosophy of non-violence is not a weapon in the weak hand of a coward, but it is a weapon which stays safe in the hands of a strong-willed person. In his own words, ahimsa is the highest ideal. It is meant for the brave, never for cowardly. No power on earth can subjugate you when you are armed with the sword of ahimsa. Though ahimsa was not a new virtue of humanity invented by Gandhiji, but as old as hill, ocean, and trees, it occupies a high place in the Vedas, the oldest and the holiest scriptures of the world, the Upanishads, the holy text of Hinduism and other religious communities. Yet Gandhiji is called the champion of non-violence because, according to Mark Schaeffer, he raised non-violent action to a level of never before achieved. According to Gandhiji, the term non-violence, ahimsa, also cannot strength of mind, strength that does not come from physical capacity. It comes from an indomitable will or courage. Therefore, by ahimsa, he means love, an active goodwill towards living beings. It is because if you have love and respect for a fellow individual and every living creature, you will then not even think of harming them. Man is the most powerful component of the society, and his power, when clubbed with will, can construct or destruct any society. And here we are concerned with a will that is founded on the characteristic of spirits of non-violence. To say, observing non-violence in thoughts, speech, and action. Usually, non-violence is supposed to be the absence of violence and peace to be the absence of conflict. But actually, it is to handle conflict through non-violent and peaceful means. The Brihadaranya Upanishad instructs to repeat the single letter Da, which was communicated to the Devas or Manushas and or Asuras, gods, men, and demons, meaning be self-control, be charitable, and be compassionate. It's applicable to all mankind. If mankind embraces self-control and compassion, the best practical aspect of ahimsa, we would not be warring anymore. Gandhiji considered non-violence as the mightiest weapon at the disposal of mankind. It is mightier than any weapon of mass destruction. He also gave the concept of satyagraha, which means insistence on truth. To say, holding on to the satya or the truth. Force, another aspect of non-violent resistance or civil resistance. He insisted on mankind, peaceful protest in a democratic way. The aggression, destruction, and war not only cause death and destruction, but also designate a society or a community reverting its development. Thus, Gandhiji observed non-violence as a conceptual blueprint for social change, refusing all kinds of violence. He also advocated non-violent action that he called civil resistance as an alternative to an acceptance of armed struggle against it. The Srimad Bhagavad Gita says, renunciation not of action, but in action. Hindu philosophy also states, ahimsa parmo dharma, which literally means non-violence is the dharma in grand, the highest moral virtue. So, while seeking justice and equality for the masses, a revolution must be devoid of any kind of violence. In order to transform modern human society from a viewpoint to a non-violent one, it is essentially to be rooted in cultural, moral, and ethical values. Gandhiji had insisted on the practice of value like ahimsa, non-violence, the satya, truth, simplicity, altruism, and compassion, all connected to the first two, and which are also, according to him, the two sides of the same coin. They have universal application and will never become outdated. They were and are and will always be relevant for a peaceful society. The social change starts from an individual reaching to the society, from one to many, from within to without, from microcosmic world to macrocosmic world. Mahatma Gandhi led a simple life to emphasize that Earth's resources are limited, and human beings also should limit their wants. His insistence on the non-violent way of life has also an ecological dimension to it. To have a non-violent society, we also have to be non-violent step by step towards other level of existence like animals, birds, trees, and plants. Due to the development of science and technology and mushrooming industrialization, man has deviated from these ideas of the Mahatma. Resultantly, terrorism, intergroup conflicts, disputes, and crimes are all the byproducts of discounted societies. By adhering to the Gandhian ideal of non-violent social order, we can undoubtedly step forward towards reconstructing a peaceful, loving, and democratic world. Non-violence is not only a philosophy, but a state of mind, a way of life, and a means of building a peaceful and prosperous world. And it can be achieved by, number one, achieving peace both inward and outward. Number two, convincing and not controlling others. Number three, developing a sense of humor. Humor can mellow down even the cruelest of beings. Number four, preferring vegetarianism as a way of sustaining ourselves. Let us not forget that eating animals is indeed violence. Many researchers have proved that the human stomach is not designed to digest flesh, leading to many disorders, giving rise to aggression and short tempers. Number five, learning forgiveness. Taking revenge can never be a solution to a conflict. An eye for eye will make the whole world blind. We need to sit back and reflect where and what went wrong, and not just make a hasty reaction in a fit of rage. Number six, live in present. Gautam Buddha, the light of Asia, has said that past is past and no longer exists. Our greatest worry is that we keep the past deeds and wrong alive, though they cannot be undone. Nurturing grudges and prejudices is violent for own thoughts and opinions. No peaceful idea can occur in a violent state of mind. Being number 7, I am repeating, being spiritual. Mahatma Gandhi always talked about achieving salvation through the Karma Yoga, selfless action, the Raja Yoga, bodily discipline, the Bhakti Yoga, devotional endeavors, and the Jnana Yoga, knowledge through mental discipline. Number 8, physical fitness. Gandhiji stressed upon being healthy and fit in body. He adopted a healthy way of life to prove this point. He chose to work hard on the Tolstoy farm in South Africa to stay fit, and also called upon youth for a spiritualistic and healthy way of life for a better tomorrow. Mahatma Gandhi drew upon the ideals of Indian philosophy and tradition to set his own rules, his own way of life, develop his own logic towards a peaceful society. It is obvious that we all want peace, but do not want the way to it. The above short discussion shows that non-violence is the key. Being thoughtful, compassionate, tolerant, firm, yet polite, spiritual, healthy in mind and body, and forgiving can only be the characteristics of a non-violent society. Once formed, it will produce peaceful children, and the world will be ruled by happiness, peace, and joy. Thank you very much. I am grateful to Dr. Srinivasan once again for giving me this chance to be with you. And in near future, indeed, we will meet again and do something concrete for society and humanity as a whole. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Padma Shri Professor Dr. Ravindra Kumar, sir, for an inspiring, stimulating, and thought-provoking address on this auspicious occasion of Gandhi Jayanti. Your words have enlightened the young minds. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts for taking your valuable time to address our kids. Sir, you rightly pointed out, non-violence is not a weapon for a coward, but for the strongest man. If only we have a strongest will, we can adhere to non-violence. Sir, you pointed out the various Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita's quotes. Non-violence is not a philosophy, sir, but it is a way of life. You have rightly pointed out the importance of spiritualism, learning forgiveness. It's not about compelling, but convincing others. Being spiritual, having physical fitness, vegetarianism, within within a limited period of time, you're able to convince and able to spread the value of Gandhi, sir. We are very thankful that you have come here. May Lord bless you, sir, with good health and prosperity, so that you can spread the message of Gandhism, and we can have more such association with you, sir. Thank you very much. My gratitude will not end if it's not complete if I don't thank Dr. Srinivasan, sir, for bringing such a wonderful August guest to this auspicious occasion, sir. Thank you, Principal, sir, for bringing such a wonderful guest and fascinating guest. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Here we have Pallavi to propose the vote of thanks.
Greetings to all. It has been indeed a wonderful celebration. We all are extremely delighted and grateful that destiny gifted us with such an enlightened contemporary, a role model for the generations to come. I take it as an honor to propose the vote of thanks. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the guest speaker for the day, Padma Shri Dr. Ravindra Kumar. Your words have truly guided us to be aspiring future citizens. My humble gratitude to Mr. Muhammad Amin, President, School Management Committee, other esteemed members of the School Management Committee for your valuable time and presence. I'm extremely thankful to our beloved Principal Dr. S. Srinivasan and my dear teachers for all the support and encouragement. I would also like to express my deep appreciation to all the parents and the students of Indian School Sur for being with us today. A special word of appreciation and gratitude to all the students who have enthusiastically participated and contributed to make the program a grand success. Thank you.
As we come to an end of a spectacular program, may we all carry the message of the great leader with us, bringing peace and joy to all we meet. Thank you all and have a nice day ahead.
Yeah, thank you all. Let us know. Thank you so much.